and the letters of idgham that don't cause ghunna. So looking at the first four examples that are given here, or these first four lines, if you look at the right pane, we have ya, noon, mim, and wow. These four are what? With ghunna. Good. So what would be the incorrect way of reciting the example of ya here?
So it's faman, yes.
What would be the wrong way to recite this? Like read the whole portion.
Faman, yes.
Faman, that's without idgham.
Without idgham.
But I want you to try with idgham without ghunna.
Faman, yes.
Famayyas. Famayyas.
That's wrong or right?
That's wrong. Because there's no ghunna taking place. So the right way would be what, Fahmi?
Faman, yes.
Not faman.
Faman.
Famayyas. Famayyas. And the amount of time that I'm going to hold on to that ghunna means the amount of time that I'm going to allow that sound to come out of my nasal way, sound, is 2 harakas. So I would say, فَمَن يَسْتَمِعِ. So it would also be wrong to say, فَمَن يَسْتَمِعِ. There's no 2 haraka hold that's taking place. فَمَن يَسْتَمِعِ الْآنَ. How about the second example? Try it, Fahmi, try it. أَمَّن يُجِيبُ. Because we have a noon, sakin, followed by a yeah. How about the example of the noon, sakin, followed by a noon? That's line number 2. How would I read these? إن نفعت الذكرى. إن نفعت الذكرى. So as you can see, I'm holding the noon for 2 harakas. إن نفعت الذكرى. Next example. How would I read that? لن ندخلها أبدا. Try it together once. I want you all to try it loudly. Try it. لن ندخلها أبدا.
If there was that extra noon was not there, we would not do it.
We would not. Wait, if the extra noon was not there,
But there was one noon with a shadda.
we still do ghunna. Remember, in the discussion of noon sakin and mim sakin, the first thing that we learned was that whenever you have a noon with the shadda or a mim with the shadda, we have to do ghunna.
So what's the reason?
What's the difference between this and that, right? The reality is the only reason there's a shadda here is because there are 2 noons. Right? So the simple rule is whenever you have a noon with the shadda or a mim with the shadda, you have to do ghunna, right? But why is the shadda even there? The shadda is there because you have a noon with the sukoon followed by another noon. That's why we have a shadda there. Like even words that are written with one noon, inna Allah, like inna, the word inna in reality is 2 noons. We write it as 1 noon. Does that make sense? Let's look at the third line. We have a meme following a noon sakin. How would we read that? No, we're not going to say min. Remember, idgham means to skip the noon. So how do we read it? Don't stretch the mim. Don't stretch that ma. No, not ma. Mim mahis. Mim mahis. Not mim mahis. Mim mahis. If I say mahis, I'm giving that mim 2 harakas. That means I'm adding an alif to it unnecessarily. Alright, what's the second example of mim? Mim malil. Would it be malillahi? Why are you saying malillahi instead of malillahi?
Oh, you're right.
No, you tell me. Don't get confused. You read it right. Amir, you read it right. There are some rules about Allah. Remember the rules of lam?
When you have the fatha,
Then you recite the lam heavily. But if there's a kasr before the word Allah, then we recite it lightly. We don't say malillahi, we say
Walillah.
good, malillahi. If there's a dhamma before the word Allah, how do we read it? We recite it heavily as well. We only recite it lightly when there's a kasra before it. وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَيُعَلِّمُكُمُ اللَّهِ, not وَيُعَلِّمُكُمُ اللَّهِ. You see that? So only when there's a kasra before the word Allah do we recite Allah lightly, like here. Alright, the fourth line is that of wow. How can we recite that line? مِن وَلِيٍّ. If we stop there, right? Wali. And how about the last example there? Not min. Min waq. Waq. Min waq. Not wa, because it's not a heavy letter. Waq. Because istifal and infitah are the qualities of wow. So min waq. Yeah, you have to just practice them out, because you'll forget how to say things. This is normal. The whole goal of Tajweed is to do it thousands of times to where it's impossible to forget how it should sound. Like, you know how Surah Al-Fatiha should sound in your head. It's so well ingrained, you can't expect yourself to forget it, right? Even if you were locked up and prevented from reading the Quran for years, you still expect to be able to know Surah Al-Fatiha. That should be the way that you expect to understand the sounds of letters properly. But it takes tons of practice. Alright, so in this example, we'll do the first line. Let's try it.
Nun sakina?
What in, yeah, the first exercise one. Yeah, with nun sakina. You can look at the TV too if that's hard too. وَإِنَّ ظُنُّكَ وَإِنَّ ظُنُّكَ. Where am I doing the ghunna in this word?
So in the
Okay, so the first noon and the second noon. So وَإِنَّ ظُنُّكَ. Okay, let's try the second one. May you, not you. This is a hamza. So when hamza has a sukoon, it's a jarka type sound. Yo, minu. May minu.
That hamza doesn't have a sukoon there.
It does.
It's above it.
That's a different type of.
On top of the hamza?
It's on the script.
The sukoon is wrong.
No, not in the Quran. Look, in the Quran, all the sukoons are written like this. None of them are round. See that on the ayn? That is a sukoon.
So this one.
That is a skip sign. That's telling you don't stretch that. So in this Quran, that circle is a skip sign.
That's like a 5.
Yeah. So if you see a 5, like how we write 5 in Arabic, a mini
There is
5.
something called round also.
The round sukoon is only in a non-Quranic Arabic, like on the signs in Arab countries and in the books of Arabs, not in the Quran. They distinguish how they write down sukoon in the Quran. Yeah, so if you ever see a circle in the Quran, don't presume that that's a sukoon. All right, let's try the next one. Min, not na. Don't stretch the nun. Good. Min nasir. Min nasir. Okay, very good. Mew. We, not V. We, not V. We. Yes, it's the mad. We still have to do the mad. Alright, let's try the next word. إن يقولون or إن يقولون. Okay, let's try the next one. من مضغة. Or how do we stop there? من مضغة. Mim mudghah. Mudghah. Alright, our last two lines. Let's do these quickly. Not wall. Wall is not isti'la. Try that again, Amir. Waqo. Waqo. Miwaqo. Wa. When we have wa with the fatha, when we say wa, we say wa. Wa. It's infitah. Remember? Open your mouth. Wa, not wa. That's number one. Number two, in wow, your lips have to be doing the action, not your teeth. So it's not va, it's wa. Your lips have to be touching, or your lips have to be round. Wa. Good. So miwaqo. All right, let's try the next one. Miwawa, not wa. Miwa. Miwa. Not ra. We have to make the ra heavy. How do we do that? وَرَائِهِمْ مِنْ وَرَائِهِمْ مِنْ وَرَائِهِمْ مِنْ وَرَائِهِمْ. So we have to give that mad. Is this a mad muttasil or munfasil? What did you say? Muttasil. Why is that?
Because it's part of the. Right?
Good. The hamza is a part of the word itself, and the hamza appears after a regular natural mad letter. What's the natural mad letter? The alif, right? So you have a hamza coming after a natural mad letter in the same word. That's a mad muttasil. That's why you have that mad sign on the alif. مِن وَرَائِهِمْ جَهَنَّمْ. That's the whole ayah. Okay. Next ayah or next phrase. Not min, not man, not wa. Don't stretch the woo. Amir. Man wujida. Man wujida. Wujida. Good. So the wow and noon, I'm seeing some trouble in pronunciation from everyone, just a little bit. So imagine, try doing it. Mawujida. Now all we have to do is introduce a humming nasal sound at that connection point of the noon and the wow. So we say Mawujida, Mawujida. Very good. Our last line is min, not min. Mimma'in. Mimma'in. So am I reciting the sound of the noon here? No. In idgham, the idea is not to recite the sound of the noon. In idgham, the idea is to recite the letter afterwards, but with a nasal sound. So I'm going to say, instead of mimma, I'm going to say mimma. Our next one? وَلَن نُعْجِزَهُ وَلَن نُعْجِزَهُ. What's that little waw at the end? It's a mad. How long do I stretch this? Two harakats, right? وَلَن نُعْجِزَهُ هَرَبًا. Alright, our last one? Mim, not min. Sorry? Oh, then you're giving color help, huh? Yeah. Alright. Mim mu'ammarin. We have to do ghunna here at 2 points. Which order are those 2 points? The meme and the, not the ra. The meme and the meme. We have a meme with the shadda, we have to do ghunna. So mim mu'ammarin. Mim mu'ammarin. Alright. So our next page is the example of the rest of idgham. Once again, we see examples of those same letters ya, noon, mim, and waw appearing after noon, sakin, or tanween. Now in this example, the examples that he gives here, they all follow tanween. Before we were looking at them all following a noon with a sukoon. Here, now we're seeing examples of it following tanween. So for example, khayran, how do we read this? We don't say khayran, what do we say? Alhamdulillah. We say خيرا يرى فمن يعمل مثقال ذرة خيرا يرى. So we have tanween here instead of noon sakin, right? Tanween and noon sakin are effectively the exact same thing. Because how do you read the ra with two fathas? Run. You hear the noon in the tanween, so it's effectively the same ruling as tanween. So inshallah, you guys can practice this whole page at home. Tomorrow, inshallah, we're going to run through the rest of idgham, iqlab, and ikhfa before it is that we have some final discussions of technical tajweed terms. Inshallah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to grant us the capacity to read His book the way that it is. He revealed it and in a manner that's pleasing to Him. Subhanakallah wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta.